இது டேட்டு
இது ஆஃப் ஆன் தானே
ஆனு.
Hello friends, today we are celebrating the 79th Independence Day of our country. Now I am going to speak about the directive principles of state policy in the Indian Constitution. Directive principles of state policy are mentioned in the part 4 of the Indian Constitution from the articles 36 to 51 in the Indian Constitution, and these directive principles of state policy are borrowed from the Constitution of Ireland. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the father of the Indian Constitution, described these principles as the novel features of the Constitution. And the next, directive principles of state policy emphasize a comprehensive social and economic view, political view, and a modern and welfare state. Constitute a very comprehensive social, economic, and political program for modern and welfare state, embody the concept of welfare state which was absent during the colonial era. These principles emphasize that the state shall try to promote the welfare of the state by by issuing basic facilities like food, shelter, and clothing. Unlike fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy are non-binding in nature, which means they are not enforceable by the courts for their violation. However, the Constitution itself declares that these principles are fundamental in the governance of the country, and the state shall apply these principles in making laws. However, they impose moral obligations on the state authorities for their legal implementation. Next, coming to features of directive principles of state policy, it denotes that the state should keep in mind these principles while enforcing laws, formulating policies, and enacting the laws. And it also resembles instrument of taxation. It is like instrument of taxation. These have been enumerated in the Government of India Act 1935. It's the instrument of taxation, and the words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he said that directive principles of state policy are like an instrument of instructions which are issued to the Governor General and also to the Governors or colonies of India in British India by the British government, which are contained in the Government of India Act 1935. And these are nothing but instructions issued, and these directive principles of state policy are nothing but another name for instrument of instructions. They are the instructions issued to the legislature and executive, and these constitute a very comprehensive social, economic, and political program for modern democratic state, which emphasize the ideals of liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice as outlisted in the Indian Constitution, outlined in the preamble of the Constitution. And now I am going to tell about the articles 36 to 51 in the directive principles of state policy. First one is Article 36, definition of state. Example is Jammu Kashmir is not surely a part of India, but when needed it is a state of India. And next one is Article 37. Application of directive principles of state policy are contained in this part. It is a combination of this article is a combination of three principles: Gandhian principle, socialistic principle, and the Western liberal principle. And next one is Article 38. State to secure a social order for promotion of welfare of people. It is an example of socialistic principle. Next is Article 39. Certain principles of DPSP to be followed by the state. Certain principles of policy are to be followed by the state. This article implies that. It is an example of socialistic principle. Next, Article 40, organization of village panchayats. It is an example of a Gandhian principle. Next, Article 41, promotion promotion of right to workers right workers, work, education, and standard of living, and public assistance in certain cases. Article 42. Provision for just and inhuman conditions of work and maternity leave. Article 41 is an example of a socialistic principle, and this Article 42 also example of a socialistic principle. Next, Article 43. Living wages etc. to the workers, promotion of employment and promotion of industries. It's an example of Gandhian principle. Next, Article 43A. Participation of workers in the management of industries workforce. Article 43B. Promotion of cooperative societies. Next. 44. Uniform civil code for citizens. It is example of Western liberal principle. Article 45. Provision for early childhood care and education to the children below the age of 6 years. It is example of Western liberal principle. Next. Article 46. Promotion of educational and economic status of OBC, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other weaker sections. It is example of Gandhian principle. Next, Article 47. Duty. It is a duty of the state to raise the standard of living and also to improve public health and also to improve the level of nutrition. Prohibition of liquors, drugs, and hazardous medicine. This article implies that it is example of Gandhian principle. Article 48. Organization of agriculture and animal husbandry and prevention of killing of animals. That is mainly meat eating animals and meat training animals killing should be avoided. It is example of Gandhian principle. This article implies Article 48. Next, Article 48. Protection in the improvement of environment, safeguarding of forests and wildlife. It is an example of Western liberal principle. This Article 48. Next, Article 49. Protection and improvement of monuments and other places of national importance and also objects of national importance. It is an example of Western liberal principle. This article. Article 50. Separation of judiciary from executive. This is an example of Western liberal principle. And finally, Article 51.
संविधान फुल्ला रेट
promotion of international peace and security and solve boundary disputes within the nation. It is an example of Western liberal principle. I forgot to say Article 39 A, B and C and D. This article implies free justice and equal justice and free legal aid. It is an example of socialistic principle. Thank you. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.